in Prince George. And while female representation in politics continues to grow, there's still much to be done. In BC, women represent only 39% of our provincial legislature. Federally, women only make up about a third of our members of parliament. Well, two BC women are trying to change that. They have put together a 6-week program called Feminist Campaign School. The idea is to give more women the tools they need to run for office. Nadine Nakagawa is a city councillor in New Westminster, and Trudy Goals is a co-owner at Ablaze Services. Good afternoon to both of you.
Hi, thanks for having us on the show.
Well, thanks for being here. Now, I'll start with you, Nadine. What inspired you to put this together?
Well, Trudy and I have been talking for some time that there is a lack of representation at local government, even though it's closest to people. We don't see, in 2018 we saw an improvement in the number of women who are elected, but there still is a deficit in, the number of people with disabilities, Black, Indigenous, and people of color who are elected to local government tables, and it really does matter to people's lives. Those perspectives are much needed. So, we're waiting for something to come up, for someone to do work on this, and then we thought, well, if no one else is going to do it, we're going to do it. So we wanted to offer this to folks who might want to run in 2022 at any level of local government, whether that's for mayor, for city council, for school board, or in Vancouver for parks board, and really offer this to people as a way for them to feel prepared.
Well, let's talk about the impact that boosting diversity in local politics would have. Trudy, what do you see as the benefit from boosting gender diversities?
So it's more than just gender diversity for us. It's also, racialized diversity. It's diversity across the gender spectrum, too. It's not just women. We really want to see people who come with a different perspective and different experience, who can lead with a really strong set of values that they share with us. We see this currently. So in New Westminster, one of the school board trustees is Gurveen Dollywall. She's a young woman of color. She went in and did some really amazing work that hasn't been done before, and now across the province there's free menstrual products in every single school because of some of the work that she champions. So we see that kind of work being done with folks who are coming to the table with just a different perspective on what they're going to do.
And Nadine, you're a city councillor. You've also attended other campaign school programs in the past. What kind of barriers have you seen discouraging people for running for office?
Well, I think a lot of the barriers are really well known. They're everything from financial barriers to not having a well-connected network. It's things like childcare and elder care. It's sometimes people's jobs. Some people work shift work, and they might not be able to, attend meetings and be out in the community as much. But it's also barriers like not valuing different perspectives that people bring, not valuing different types of experience. And in fact, we often do exclude people from political processes by making them intentionally hard to navigate. And I think when we get different voices at the table, is we can actually name those things and bring them to light and actually change them to make it easier in the future for more people to be involved.
How much do you see things changing, Nadine?
Well, I think that, there are a new generation of voices that have come to the local government table. And, it's not just representation for us. It's people who are willing to lead with their values. It's about people who, if you're a woman, like I'm a woman of color, it's people who can come to the table and bring forward issues that support women, support racialized folks, and really bring forward policies that are going to make life better there. And I do see that there is some improvement there, but there's really, truly a long way to go, especially at the local government level.
And Trudy, how does campaign school fit into this? What are applicants going to be learning?
So one of the things that's a little bit different about what we're doing is we're not just helping people get elected, but we're trying to build an entire movement to support them. So we're offering two streams. One is for potential candidates to come in and learn how to center their values and lead from that direction. And they're going to come out with an entire campaign plan in hand and be ready to go. But really is an opportunity to explore how to use their power to get the work done that's really important to them. But we also have a stream for campaign teams, which is a little bit unique. So we want to build teams around these candidates who can support them not only through the election process, but once they're in those leadership positions. And we've done some grassroots funding for this. So the folks who are coming to the table with money to make sure that all of this can happen, they are part of that movement, and they're actually there to start creating a community to support people now who want to run in 2022.
And Nadine, you are a city councillor and you have some unique characteristics in that you're one of the youngest, you're a diverse woman, and you are a renter. So now that you are in politics, what has the experience taught you that you could pass on to other people?
Oh my gosh, so that I could go on about that for a long time. I think it's just the number one thing that I hear from people who ask me or express interest in running is that, oh, I don't know if I'm qualified, I don't know if I can do it. And truly, there is no special skill set that's needed to do this. We need lots of people coming from lots of different places, and we all bring something different. So, I have a colleague who once dug into a report about rocks with a lot of gusto. Wasn't my cup of tea, but then I bring other things that other people haven't seen. And once you're at the table, you're able to raise issues and get the city to work on things in different ways to make these processes more accessible. Because, this system, we have to be able to say that this system was built by a certain group of people, and it was built for those people. And if you're not somebody who hasn't seen yourself represented before, you might not be able to understand what that means. But if, when I'm sitting at the table, one of my colleagues has said to me, I can barely see you sitting over the desk. And it's because that physical space is not built for me. And that's not my fault. That's something that we're able to change once we're at the table, though. So I think it's that these processes are meant to feel difficult and exclusive, and they do that to keep people out. And that's really what I've learned there, is that we can change that and make it easier for people to be involved.
And Trudy, this 6-week program is all online, which removes some barriers like childcare and transportation costs. But for people who can't afford the $899 tuition, what are the options?
Yeah, we've made sure that that's not a barrier for anyone. So we have a full, robust scholarship fund so that every person can attend, and finances are never the barrier for them. We're also going to offer this program more than once this year. So we hope as our protocols in the world sort of change a little bit, that there's different ways that we can also offer this so that everybody has a way to connect and attend if that's what is important to them.
Well, thank you both so much for taking the time to tell us about this.
Yeah, thanks for having us
so
on.
much.
Okay, bye-bye. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
This is Nadine Nakagawa, a city councillor with New Westminster, and Trudy Goals is a co-owner at Ablaze Services. And you can apply for Feminist Campaign School at feministcampaignschool.ca. They're accepting applications until the week of January 13th. Again, that's feministcampaignschool.ca, and they will be running the program again this year. And it's 14 minutes.